What's going on, traders? How y'all doing today? It's your boy, Z-Rex. It's no noise. It's static video time. My internet connection is absolute garbage the last few days. I cannot live stream. Been trying to do it. My foot's still messed up. I got it propped on the desk. I'm like, oh, let's get this going. Just try to do it yesterday. Nothing. Got really frustrated with it yesterday and just my whole situation right now. So I didn't even make a video. I was just kind of pissed off, but whatever. I'm just gonna make another static video today because I don't know what's going on. I'm getting like 70% drop frames. I've made a million adjustments. None of it's working. It's just my internet. It's just not. I can't control that part. So apologize, and it sucks. I'd much rather do the live streams for sure. They're more interactive and get more, I think, value out of them when they're live streams. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. Let's come up with a little update here on Mama Bear and the markets. Total 2 is hitting about $1 trillion. Got over 2 trillion too on this. Coming up to pretty good resistance right there. Pretty nice consolidation. I like that it cut through these EMAs on daily close yesterday. So that's kind of nice as long as we're above like 940. Looks pretty good. Mama Bear's an interesting spot here. There's my horizontal. I tried to do a video earlier, but it had none of my horizontals. I was using the publish feature video stuff on TradingView, which is very glitchy and crappy. I don't know why I even thought of using that because I have OBS, which is way more better than that. Anyway, nice bounce after this consolidation. We were talking about this on the video on the 25th of likely being a confirmation bottom for the local time frames or for low time frames and local price action. And we did get that follow through. We got the close over the range. Very beautiful candle, and also got follow through above the mama on this run. So that is very sexy of that price action. What is not sexy on this price action is that we're not getting any dominance on the DMI whatsoever on this rally. Not even, like, we went right to it and then got rejected. So that is one thing I do not like about this pump right here. And you can see we're also coming up on the resistance line, the horizontal, and there is a lot of resistance right here in the mid-upper 50,000s. So I do like this rally. I don't like that it's not getting any momentum on the 3-hour, and especially coming up on this resistance spot. I mean, again, look, Mama Daily, trend line, 55, 21 EMA, everything is stacked right here. So I would not be surprised to see a pullback from this region, and that will be the real test of this move here. Wouldn't be surprised to get pulled back to the 50K range and see if we can get support in the Mama Saucer right here on this little purple line. If it's going to be real strong, the bulls probably won't let it go below like 52,000. But I just don't like that this isn't getting momentum on the DMI here on the 3-hour, and a lot of times that happens especially because we're in a downtrend now. That's usually a sign that we're going to get some more pressure and that this possibly isn't done making its move to the downside. I'm still holding my longs from down here. I'm also still 70, I guess I'm like 60% cash still. I did add a little bit over the last few days, but I'm mostly cash. I'm majority cash still because I just don't quite, I want more confirmation on this move. I'm not going to jump all back in when we don't have daily confirmation. There's nothing helping us on the daily trend right now. And the daily is a very important time frame for me in my analysis, and the weekly has this weak-ass action underneath. You've lost all the momentum, and it's been almost a month. Actually, sorry, it's been almost 2 months of lost momentum on the weekly, and also our DMI just came back into the neutral zone on the weekly last week. So I'm not going to go full on in when I don't see higher time frames supporting being super aggressive long. And they did support that for a really long time, but after we broke this trend line, the pi cycle, losing the daily mama, losing the momentum on the weekly, I mean, there's a lot of sneaky signs that are saying, you know, this isn't quite out of the woods yet. Now, does it still look okay on the weekly? Yeah, it looks all right. I mean, it's holding up here. You got the rising 21 EMA. I mean, in another week or so, if price just stays above 48 this week, it'll probably print and pretty much be right underneath it. But But the couple things that I don't like is that low time frame. DMI getting no momentum. We haven't broke this trend line on the daily. This is very important for continuation. We might have got that, again, we might have got that push down for this confirmation low here, possibly, but we need more time to digest this move. We're not out of the woods yet. We're just kind of range bound right now between that 55 and 48 level. And you can see even daily doesn't have momentum back, and the daily DMI needs some work. For sure. So we almost have the EMAs crossing up together, so that's nice. That is great for the basics. But again, when we've talked about this so many times, when stuff would fall, except it would be in this context because we've been in a bullish market, when you would have something that looks like it's getting short and the EMAs are opening up, but you have the long-term EMAs right beneath it, those are not good signals. Just like the same for longs. These are not good signals. Yeah, it had a little bit, what is this? A few, like couple percent and a half or something move after kind of giving a decent signal, but it like the main one is actually just happening on this candle where they're in chronological order. You don't have momentum though on the DMI. You do have it on RSI, but again, these are not very good trades if you wait for these signals to play out all the way, because you only have about 4% upside, but massive resistance. And more likely that we come back down and dip, maybe like a 6-1. Oh, look at that. 618's right in the saucer. So, it's very common to pull back into the 382 and possibly the 618 if the bears want to do a deeper retrace. But if the bulls do hold that 52,000 level, that would make me feel a lot better about continuation, stronger continuation on the upside. But there is a lot of resistance right here. Futures, let's see what they say. Yeah, see, futures aren't even bullet chronological order at all. Super neutral on the 3 hour. Daily still bearish, right? I mean, yes, there's like this candle, to be fair, does look pretty good. If you're just looking at candle action, the daily candle from yesterday on futures does look pretty damn good. So that actually is going to fit with the narrative that we were saying that this cluster down here, better seen on the 3 hour, was the confirmation low of a test low. Let's see if that holds true, because the daily is also showing how important that level is, that dip at about 58 or 48K, my bad, about 48K is. And so this is also saying that that 52,000 level is also important. So that's nice that futures are coinciding with the spot price. That's always good to see. But they're also still showing that major overhead resistance right about where we're at, about 57,000-ish. So this is not a safe place to take longs, that's for sure. In my humble opinion. I don't know anything. It's not financial advice, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. ETH, on the other hand, looked real good. It's finally got the power in the power zone on DMI on this ugly candle right underneath the trend line in horizontal at 2,700. So that's interesting. But other than that, this does look pretty damn good. I like that the DMI at least got into the power structure. I don't like that this candle came back below the wick here. I mean, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good for sure. Let's go to daily. Let's see. I would really like to see this daily close above 2650-ish. Is that the high of this? Yeah, 2650. On this daily close would be very sexy. Don't want to really see it roll over from here. That would be kind of double topping a little. But the way the oscillators on the 3 hour are, they're pretty set up for breaking this to the upside. Definitely looks stronger than Bitcoin. Futures agreeing with this. Yes, futures are agreeing with this on this candle. Okay, so actually that is very nice. Daily candle. If we can get the daily futures, it still needs to get above that 26. It's like 2660 on the futures. Yeah, 2660 on the futures. But this setup right here looks really good on the 3 hour. W pattern here, opening up the EMAs. Just got bullish on DMI. Yeah, so ETH actually does look pretty damn good. It looks a lot better than Bitcoin right now. And it does have this W pattern here, and it is breaking out. So as long as it's holding this candle, this breakout candle, this pattern is intact. And that would have to be below 2550. So as long as we're holding above 25.50, you can do a measured move, and that puts us pretty much at about 3K. The highest range of it is 32, but since 3K is like a nice round number, we're just going to kind of put it right around there. All right, so target on this, yeah, is like 3,000. The longer we hold over 25.50, this does look like it wants to test that. So Ethereum looking a lot better than Mama Bear. Litecoin almost getting pretty sexy time. It is doing this slow drift up. Still no momentum on the DMI on the power zone. I wonder if that's across the board. Kind of. Well, actually, XRP got it and is now hovering above its one. See, so this actually looks better. So this is interesting. We're getting some kind of mixed. Dang, sorry. I'm just dealing with my foot here. That is not very fun. Gotta keep it like propped up and shit and all this crap. Oh, sorry. Bear with me here. It was just getting a little poofy. Alright, move the mic a little so it sounds better. Alright, so this actually looks pretty good. This read is better. Garlic bread. Man, but then you have the daily coming right up against these two. So the daily is probably across the board are going to need another week to really turn around and get bullish. But this 3-hour setup is pretty damn nice. If this just holds about $1.30, I really do like this. And especially if it can hold this wick around mid 130s in this horizontal. This actually looks pretty damn good. I did just skip a couple. I skipped. Oh, yeah, ETC. ETC looks pretty fair, but no momentum again on the DMI here. So that's seems to be shared across the board. Daily, though, never lost its momentum. Wow, okay. Daily never lost its momentum on DMI. That is pretty impressive. So that bodes a little bit more well for upside on ETC. I will say this chart, though, is scary on the weekly. You got a lot of ways to fall just to the 10 simple, almost 50% away from the 10 simple. So that's a little bit dangerous. If I would play this, I would be aggressively managing this, and anything back below like $30, I would not want anything to do with it. XLM, kind of blah, stuck between all this. Needs a little bit more time, but it is starting to look pretty good. Another few candles. We'll get chronological order, and then it'll just be up to the bulls to get over 53 cents. So this might be a buy on dips, possibly. DOT looking pretty shitty. Massive resistance at $38. That was the previous support level for a long time. See if we can get over that. But again, no momentum on these DMI low time frames. And then the dailies are just coming back into some pretty sloppy zones. So still a lot of work to do on these dailies. And I want daily confirmation to come back on a lot of, especially Mama Bear, before I really start putting more capital down. Link actually looks pretty damn good here. I like all the EMAs are below each other, so massive support from about 31 to 33, or actually like $34. Still showing that same crap, no momentum on the 3-hour. Daily is kind of confused, but it is above Mama, and it looks like it's about to close above all the EMAs. So Link actually being a little bit sexier than these other tradables by a pretty long shot too, because it's almost bullish on most time frames. So this thing, I would like it to see. I'd like it to hold 33.5. If I was going to get into that one. ADA, actually, ADA. I like this setup. It actually does have the bullish setup on the DMI. Again, the dailies need a lot of work after this, 2 weeks pretty much in a row of coming down. It's going to take a little bit to shake that back off if we are going to continue. So expect a week or two to reset those oscillators, but this looks super sexy right here on ADA. You have a nice little 20% pump, and as long as it's holding pretty much this horizontal at 116 again, it looks pretty good. And the way these 3-hour candles are set up, ADA is actually looking pretty damn sexy. That is one I might nibble on today, because most of them have not looked that good. Password is incorrect. Yeah, probably is. I'm trying to do it from way too far. How about crack time frames? Are they bullish? Even the crack time frames are bullish. So weekly, man, I hate that the weeklies are starting to lose momentum on the RSI because that's the first one that you'll start losing momentum on. But you know that's a weekly, so you can't think about that on the reg. But yeah, this 3 hour looks very nice though, and I do like that the daily is engulfed all of the EMAs in one candle. That is pretty sexy too. So that is confirming this lower end of the mid-teens, $1 teens as major support. Same here, back up into this box. You can see if we kind of extend it over a little bit from this consolidation, did a little breakout, rode up the 200 very nicely, and here we are just kind of reopening, but almost, I mean, this is probably close enough up here. As long as this thing is holding about 820, just say 800 flat, keep it easy. This looks pretty damn good. Oh, and the daily never actually got bearish, almost did, so yeah, so BCH and Link are some of the, and ADA are some of the stronger ones right now that we've looked at. So let's go ahead and put those on watch lists. How about BSV? BSV, look at BSV coming above the 3 hour. Nice rally here. It is bullish too on the 3 hour DMI, which a lot of stuff is not doing. And it never really lost it. It battled just for a second right on the edge here, but looks like it's regaining, and that will regain with any closure above like 270-ish. And then we just have to regain the RSI. But man, yeah, this actually looks pretty good. I like this candle yesterday. Very nice, pumpy here. EOS, a little sloppier. It looks okay back above this horizontal, so as long as it's above 550, it looks all right. XMR, very beautiful chart on XMR. I don't like the daily thing on the RSI, but that's going to be kind of across the board. But this thing looks great above 350. I mean, just kind of riding up this. Let's go to the daily again. Yeah, just riding up this 21. Not too shabby. And this closure would have been nicer if it engulfed this a little bit. But as long as it's staying above like 350 on the low end, but really like 370-ish would be better. Not dipping back too much into these candles. And then obviously we need a candle close above that range, which we didn't get on the 3 hour either. So that kind of sucks. We didn't make a higher high, but we are making higher lows. So it's almost perfect. XMR, not too shabby. ZEC kind of looks the same. Looks like this trend line's coming back. Yeah, shit, ZEC looks pretty damn good above 215. Not too shabby. Major overhead resistance at 260, though. Dash, a little sloppy here. Really needs to get back above like 300 to get excited and get these EMAs partying. It's kind of sloppy right now. Dogecoin going super sideways the last few hours. It's close to the SAT pair, and man, I don't know. I'm surprised Doge isn't rallying more with some of these pumps that we've seen over the last 24 hours. Bounced good there, but man, that 30 cents is a some bitch. Let's see, 7 minute. Let's go to crack time frames. All right, major support here at this 26 cent area, really 26 and a half. Anything back below 26 and a half is probably going to lend to a test into the 24, 23 area. And we'll have to see what happens there. The best thing is you do have the 200 rapidly rising right underneath it. Daily, we're just between the 21 and 10, so that's kind of whatever. That's a perfectly normal consolidation zone. And 2 days about to get the pressure on by the 10 simple, so that's interesting. We'll see if that provides any kind of push or support that falls through trapdoor style. But man, super sloppy MAs. I mean, Doge is a hard read right here. I mean, it looks like it mostly got its relief bounce, and that's about it. You know, you can see Doge was bullish as yeah, bullish as fuck on the 3 hour for so long. Like through this whole rally, it went bullish at the same time on this candle and literally maintained 3 hour dominance all the way until this right here, until 30 cents. So man, that 30 cents area is very, very important. I wouldn't think about going long Doge from unless we get above 30 cents and then on a retest ideally, or if we dumped back into the 200 simple, I might do it depending on that. I did do that back over here on this one, but I'm just kind of waiting now to see what happens. And oh crap, well I kind of need to open that anyway, but and if we go over here, I actually can show y'all something. Where is it? Did I do it? No, I thought I did some more stuff on there, but I guess not. Must have been on the other account. That's just a paper account anyway. But I'm trying to do that to share like trading ideas. I'm still working on getting into that and being better organized with that thing. Because sometimes there's legal problems showing like real money accounts, and I just don't really want to deal with any of that crap. Who's got time for that? But looks pretty decent. Again, just holding that 24.5 cent level is the major one, and anything on the low time frames back below like 26.5 probably gets us down to that level with the quickness. Again, 30 cents, man. Major, major, major resistance. Let's pray for a break above it and then a retest on 30, and that would be awesome sexiness. Faux show. ES kind of struggling. I thought I was going to break out a little bit more yesterday, but still looking okay. Definitely not bad. I mean, we're at the upper end of the target range. They're about 4,200. We are just consolidating up here, and these EMAs are all open. We did just lose momentum. Bears are trying to take it down right now on the 3 hour. On the daily, they've been trying to suppress it too, which is kind of interesting because we're at newer highs on that. Let's zoom into the crack time frames. Crack time frames are starting to get a little bit heavy, so that's interesting. Maybe it's losing a little bit of steam here, waiting for some good earnings to come out. This is a big tech week earnings thing, so I don't know. It's just kind of lackluster. We're probably going to get a really big move after all these earnings are out of the way. I could totally see that happening. Yeah, kind of a retest in the EMAs. This might be providing some opportunity on NASDAQ. Not too shabby. It's like, man, yeah, dang, it's like strong-ish. It's kind of weird. I feel like these oscillators should be a little bit better looking than they are, but man, especially relative to the RSI, I don't know. This is kind of just a funky little consolidation up here. I mean, really, unless it can't really overthink this. It's pretty much bullish as long as it's above this previous high and all these bodies at like 13.7. So, you know, as long as it's above that and kind of this 200 MA, then whatever. It looks pretty damn good, really. So, YM, funky ass pattern there. I don't know what that is. Just a lot of confusion, indecision up here. Look, even the DMI is just fastly just dropping to the other end of the range. Yeah, I mean, this is a super sloppy read. I don't like this at all. This is just keep this simple and box this range out. I mean, this is pretty much all we got to do with this. It's boxed up till it gets out of here. I don't really care about it. Let's see. Rut. The Rut dog looks actually pretty good, consolidating on top of this area. This one actually looks better than the other ones. So Rut finally getting its day of reckoning, or is it? It just did come back up to these tops of the bodies, and there's obviously a shit ton of resistance right here at about 2,300. So until it gets over 2,300, kind of like with Doge and 30 cents, it needs to get over 30, get a retest, and then continuation. But this is just kind of like blah. so far. I mean, it's nice. Good rally off this bottom with this engulfing candle. We were looking for some follow through on this. We did get it, but now here we are at the top end of the range, and this is not a good long entry, high risk long entry area here. So I'm not going to be doing nothing with that. Oh, dang it, my foot. Yeah, I'm going to the doctor today because, I don't know, I think I need a cast or something to set it so it heals properly and all that crap. I thought I could get away with it, but it's just, I've been gimped for 3 days now, so I think that's enough time. And it's a little better, but whatever. I digress. Y'all don't care about that. Dow Jones, oh shit, up a lot. Wow. Okay, so this looks phenomenal. So Dow Jones is saying the transportation index, that is, not the actual indice. This is DJT, not DJI. So this is actually, transportations are saying, dude, this rally is very much intact. Don't worry about it. We're going up. So that's pretty damn crazy for that to follow through. Maybe I will be looking for some entries on. Oh man! All right, I'm gonna have to wrap this video up. I gotta go put my foot up. Maybe this will be good buy the dip time and look at crack time frames for some entries on an indice. Nasdaq. Oh, Russell's actually an interesting spot clustering down here. That's not even 10 points of risk. Actually, that's super sexy. I like that a lot. It's easy to manage, and like I said, it's only about 10 points of risk. Oh, dang it. Alright, log in here. Alright, let that broker open. Let's see what the 3 hour looks like. Coming testing. Yeah, it could easily come back and test like this 2270 area. So that's probably like the ultimate low of the risk zone there. Let's see. Let's actually, I need to look at my other account. VIX, what's VIX doing while that's loading up? Clustering, not really doing shit. VVIX giving it all up at the major long-term resistance areas. The stacked 200 and 377 right on each other. Let's see here. Oil getting a little bit of follow through, man. Oil looks like it is wanting to go back and test that trend line. Oh yeah, very nice breakout from here. Oil is a buy on dips now. Oh, my mic's a little off. Sorry if that audio is a little messed up there for a second. This is in buy the dip mode now, as long as it's holding about 62 cents, upper 61s even could dip into. But yeah, very sexy chart on there. Probably worth going and looking in some energy stacks, stonks, whatever, depending how cool you are. All right, let's see. Gold. We need to talk about gold because I hope that it's not doing a little false bullcrap rally here. Wait, that's not what I wanted to look at. I want to look at this, and then I want to look at my other setups here. What is this? Oh, I was just playing around. Why is BTC in this? This needs to be gold. And definitely not 400 ticks. That's way too low. Gold gets the massive ticks. Ah, gold flipping back bearish. Dang it, I was hoping I didn't see that. I had a feeling that might be the case. And this is tick charts. I don't just use these solely by themselves, but they're good for confluence with other areas. Dang, bonds getting smashed on today. Gold is in this cluster area, so it's not the worst thing, because if it gets held up around the 1775 area, it's okay. I just wanted to see that real fast, though, and more importantly, where Russell was at. All right. M2K. I'm all thinking that this is a live stream. I should be doing this off of the damn thing, but whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, I just want to do that. We'll put a little alert right here. And back to the show. Alright, Dixie, where are we at? Oil looking good. Oil looks like buy dips now. Bonds getting pushed back off there. That level. Man, if this starts breaking down, that'll be interesting. TNX must be on a tear today. Yeah, up about 3%. Notes falling through. So we are coming down to a critical area, but it's not too crazy as long as it's holding 157-ish. This is doing some damage, though, but you do have major support on the 300. I mean, the 200 and 377. And notes are in the same spot. Actually, notes were getting pressure from the 377 this whole time on the 3 hour. You can see it creeping in, but now we've got major support here, so it's kind of in the hurry up and wait zone now. TNX trying to get back up into, whoops, I was just trying to extend it into this zone, but Mama's right there, so kind of confluence with the bonds. Dollar, what are you doing, Dixie? Finding support on this trend line. This is very critical for the dollar. It needs to hold here if it wants to have a chance for really moving to the upside. Daily, though, is pretty damn bearish, to be fair. But, I mean, you can't get real bearish right here. Not right on this trend line. There's no way. And Mama is real flat here with all this consolidation. This is probably a decent buy zone. Euro looking pretty damn strong, though. Damn. Euro's chart looks pretty damn good. Dang, yeah, this engulfing candle on the daily is beast mode. I mean, Euro looks great as long as it's above 120. So, that is not easy for confluence on the Euro dollars. DAX just chilling in this range after this funky little candle set. It's not really doing shit, just hanging out here. Nothing really to see there. 3 hours actually a little bit bearish still. Shanghai just playing very nicely inside this horizontal rectangle boxy. So until it breaks out of that, it's kind of, you can range trade it if you want, whatever. 1776 on the gold. Is it breaking down? It is finding support right on this trend line and the daily simple, 10 simple. But we don't have chronological order yet. We'll need a couple more days of price above this horizontal 1760, and we'll probably get it then. The 3 hours starting to get a little bit bearish. Yeah, the 3 hours not looking super great here after that rejection yesterday. Don't really like that. But until it really breaks back below this horizontal, I'm not really too concerned. So let's go 2-day. Yeah, I really want to see the 2-day break out of this, and that will be awesome confirmation of a probably very large move coming to the upside if we can get that. But right now, just more compression and just going sideways. You know, the longer we do go sideways here, the more likely price will probably break down. But I mean, this is just, yeah, whatever. I'm overthinking it right now as I just kind of stare into the abyss of the chart. Yeah, I mean, I'm overthinking it. It just needs to stay above 1760-ish, and then we're fine on that. So, still buy the dip gold mode. Oh my goodness, buy the dip mode on gold until it breaks 1760-ish is my plan right now. Silver actually looks better than gold. Look at this, regaining the bullishness on the 3 hour even, and it only needs today and tomorrow to actually reset on the daily. So silver actually looking really good. Weekly looks pretty damn good too on silver. Platinum giving it up a little bit, but chronological order now. Platinum is in definitely by the dip mode above about 1190. So anything that's above 1190. I like platinum on the long side. Looks pretty good. Palladium, did it tag 3K yet? Almost today. Just almost. About 40 bucks away. We'll have to see what happens after that. Next Fibonacci target is about 3150. So pretty impressive rally on palladium. Let's see. I think that's about it, because this is just static, so we're not going to have a lot of things to discuss with the chat, man. Any really big movers? Matic, Polygon, ZRX. Yeah, there's some decent bouncing going on. How about the last week? Pirate Chain, of course. Waves doing badass. Sol. But yeah, so I mean, it definitely doesn't look too bad. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance before I sign off, because I'm wondering if Big Mama Bear is trying to come in and regain some strength. Nope, it is not. This looks terrible. I mean, look at this 10 simple's been governing price the whole damn time. So, like, man, that's garbage, dude. Yeah, altcoins are reigning supreme right now still. So I thought that would be a little bit flipped, but it is not. They're actually coming up to make a new body close high, possibly way faster than Bitcoin total market cap's doing it, and you can see how much it's lagging in there. I bet if we look at ETH BTC, look at the ETH BTC chart we were looking at yesterday, this biatch is just taking off, man. It looks great above this. What are we at? About 4.7 million sats. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty damn impressive. Yeah, nice little consolidation above here. Yeah, Ethereum Supreme. I'd like to see it get a little bit more sexy time, though, on the daily. Let's get that close above these previous inverted hammer shooting star little candles from a while ago. Is this kind of like a W pattern up here? Yeah, it's a pretty sloppy one, so we'll let that one pass. This one, though, is, I mean, ETH is definitely looking very good, so it's saying, hey, we ain't done yet. Altcoins aren't done yet, so pretty interesting. Still want Mama Bear to confirm this, because let's be real, if Mama Bear dumps and shits the bed and goes back below 48,000 bucks, or even starts selling off, like, it's going to drag the market down. Don't get it twisted. Ethereum hasn't taken over the market yet. That's, we can see that over here, right? 1 trillion, 300 billion. It'd have a long way to go to even come close. So Mama Bear still runs this. So if Mama Bear can't get over 55, 56K and ultimately break back over the that major resistance hump here at about 58 over the next week or so, then it's the rally is in question. You know, we broke a lot of major supports, the trend lines, all kinds of stuff. So don't get trapped and married that this is just an up market. Like, that's what happens, and then you get slapped in the face. Like, okay, so maybe we rally. Let's just go back in time. Maybe we rally like this after we broke it, makes it look good. It's return to normalcy, right, on this pump. And then a weekly candle, and then everyone's like, oh, one more time to buy the dip. And then it just kept dipping, and then barely came back up to test this consolidation area, and then it was over. Same with this time. Broke below it, went sideways a little bit, rallied up into the underbelly of it, never made a new high, but then rolled over. Early 2013 is the only one that's different. It went sideways for about 175 days, mind you, in a 50% range for 175 days before regaining its strength. And let's go to the daily just so I can show my point a little bit on this. And you can hit Alt-G if you want to just go to a certain time back in days, so you don't have to like scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. But anyway, so on the daily, back in the first run up here, you can see the bear. Look at this. I just want to say how important it is for the daily to start having signs of strength in it. And you can see this whole rally Daily, nowhere to be found on the RSI or the DMI, not in the power zone this whole time. All the way since the sell-off, the whole damn time. It had a little blip right here, just a tiny one. It tried to maintain it for about 3-4 days, which is nice because it did break over the mama as well and started resetting the moving averages. So that was actually pretty nice to see. But literally until this day right here, or this week right here, the daily had no momentum on either of the oscillators. The daily is a very important time frame. Do not, I think like daily is probably one of the most important time frames in a weekly. But yeah, you can see it took so long, almost through the whole summer, to reset. And I do think we could be going through something similar like this, where we just go sideways and frustrate everybody for the whole damn summer before a continuation into the end of the year. I do think that's a very high probability scenario. But you can see just pump, and then finally got real dominant on the DMI right down here, where you get the bears in the weak zone, bulls in the power zone at the same time. EMA is all opening up. I mean, this is the textbook thing that we're waiting for. We don't have any of that right now, okay? So, yeah, playing scalps, little bounces, stuff like that. This is a great environment for that. Entering in for long hodl positions, I don't think that's the great idea. But hey, what do I know? You're up, and then we can see here, nice little dumpy candle right under the trend line to get bought back up and have continuation. So that's nice. See, the difference, I guess, about this time and that last time is this trend line never did get broken, even in this consolidation. And that's why I want to see the daily turn back around and get back over this line. It's very important. And jumping the gun and getting crazy right here is very dangerous. It's great for short-term trading, but I'm not married. I'm even thinking about taking off more of my positions after this. I'm going to go look at my accounts here in a little bit. And, because these are some good bounces off these lows. I mean, I bought, what did I buy? Doge, Ethereum, Monero, and Bitcoin on that dip when we were on these horizontals. And now that's a great trade, and so now we're at the top of the range, and I don't think it's very likely that we just break out of the range on this first test. It could have happened. Yeah, obviously anything can happen, but I'd rather see it break in confirmation, break that, because what is it? Oh, 3%. What am I going to miss out on? 3%, 4%, and then a retest maybe? Like, that's nothing. And that's the better way to think about it, in my opinion, is about percentages. Like, well, how much more percent can you expect to get from this move? And I mean, with horizontal trend line, long-term EMAs right here, I mean, yeah, it's less than 3-4%. So I'll probably take off at least half of them and would expect to reload on some dips on this guy. Let's see. I just look at this again. Back to my point, I kind of went off on a tangent there. I wanted to really hammer the point of this trend line and some of these other things that have happened. We get the pumps after that. Oh, Pi Cycle even shows that too. So Pi Cycle did that stupid little cross the other side, and just like we've seen on the last times, it has a pump almost right after it, but it does not usually make new highs. Not for a long time. Usually it rolls over, even with this. This isn't a long signal. I don't even know why actually this is on here. It's just an MA is crossing a different one. I'm not really sure what that even means, but if you just look at it relative to the others, this is where the rallies come right after, but they usually just come right back up to the major support or resistance areas where business was done a lot, which is exactly where we are now. All right, so until we get back above 58,000, I'm not uberly bullish like I was back over here, because this, you gotta change and go with the flow, man. Be like water. Be fluid. Don't be rigid, and that will kill you in trading. And that's just my 2 cents. And so now look at this. We're not above any of the MAs. We're not above this trend line. We're not dominant on daily anything. So price action saying like, oh, it's almost cool. It's almost cool. We got the first start of it, but let's get follow through now. ETH, again, does look great. There's no doubt about it. Would really like to see it close above this wick and that's about 26.50, 26.60 on the futures. But other than that, I mean, ETH is looking pretty good. Everything else is kind of a sloppy. Link, ADA, and BCH have a little bit better charts than most of the other ones. But I really want to see Mama Bear. Let's get follow through. Let's get back above this horizontal and this trend line and these moving averages on this 3 hour. And then I would start to feel a lot better about continuation. Because right now, this is just kind of looking like a relief bounce, a dead cat bounce, sort of. So, especially without the dominance and power zone on the DMI 3 hour. All right, guys, with that said, I'm going to sign off. This video has already been too long. I need to go put some ice and crap on my leg, all that fun stuff. Much love. Hopefully my internet will work and I can do a live stream later today, maybe, hopefully tomorrow. Whenever I can, I'm probably just going to do one, even if it's late or whatever, just because I need to get one in. I'm fiending, man. Anyway, much love. Thanks for tuning in. Stay frosty out there. It's been Z-Rex with No Noise signing off right now. And I'll see y'all mañana. Peace.